Bella Vista Community Television presents Bella Vista and Beyond. Today our host is Kristy Dana, and we'll be introducing the new board of directors for Audrey Home of Hope and Audrey Resale Boutique. And now to the studio for our program.
Hi, I'm Kristi, and welcome to Bella Vista and Beyond. This is our first show for the new year, and we've been out for a while, and glad to be back. And I've got a fun show today. Well, fun, informative fun. You know that I am the manager over at Audrey's Resale Boutique and have been there for 5.5 years, and I'm really excited to tell you that we have got a new board of directors. And these people are going to do great things for us. So I want to introduce them first. Starting here to my right is Terry Sage. He is the president. Jan Pruitt, vice president. Nancy Gross, our secretary. And Roxanne Birchfield, our treasurer. And this is Matt Casey, our committee director. So these folks they're volunteers also. They have volunteered to come on and help Audrey's go into 2021 and give us a good boost. And they're active, have been active with us for a very long time. So we're going to have a conversation today. I wanted to say guys and girls. Gee, I don't know that I can say that. So my board, we are going to have a conversation today. I want to start with Terry and just tell the folks out there a little bit about yourself.
Well, we moved here about 2 years ago. I retired, and I was involved with a nonprofit up in Kansas City for about 12 years. And like I say, when we retired, we kind of wanted to get involved down here again also. And my wife got involved with Kristi at Audrey's, just helping move furniture around. And then just kind of saw what they were doing there and saw just the different people enjoying different things, and got to know them a little bit and found out who the people they were helping. So I kind of want to get involved with them also. And then just with the people in the community too, it kind of reminded me of where I grew up, where everybody helped each other, didn't matter who they were, where they're from, what they needed, and they just helped each other no matter what it was. And that's kind of what I see here in Bella Vista. And there's all different ages, from the younger to the older, being kind of an older retirement community. I think a lot of that also is kind of where I grew up also. It was a farming community, so we had a lot of all different age groups. And you helped whoever you could, whenever you could, with any way that you could. So I kind of want to help that, and I think that's what this board, we've talked about a little bit, is kind of want to do a little deeper into that aspect of it also, to help a little bit of a broader span. So that's kind of what brought me to Audrey's. So.
Thank you. Jan?
I moved here in 2018, spent 10 years in education and coaching, 26 years in commercial insurance, and all of it dealt with helping people, helping to better understand the products that they have, and for kids to find themselves and learn to think on their own without being told to think. When I moved down here, I had the opportunity to meet up with you and got involved with the store and deliveries and pickups. And when you think about Audrey's, it's a phenomenal facility because of the contributive hearts and minds of the people that live here.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And when you see people that give so much, that are fortunate enough to have it to give, I've also noticed that there's a lot of folks down here that aren't as fortunate. And anytime you can have the heart to help others, everyone should try it if they haven't done it, because the rewards of paying forward come back many, many times over. So the people that I get to work with here are wonderful. I've known them for, the time that I've been here. And so we hope that as a community, they do everything they can to support Audrey's, because community input about what they feel needs to be done, we're wide open to listen to and help that effort. So
fabulous.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Nance.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in Bella Vista.
I think I'm the old timer here. I've been here 26 years.
Fabulous.
And it's the best little secret in the entire country, this little corner of Arkansas. So I got involved with Kristi at Audrey's not long after my husband died. And
Yeah. Yep. We shared a lot of tears, didn't we?
yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And she helped me through there. And that's not something you would expect to see at a resale boutique. And as I got to know her more, I began to think, this is where I need to shop. And after my husband died, I sold my house, I sold most of my furniture, and I went to Audrey's. And at Audrey's, I furnished my home.
That's right. That's right. Your
With
entire home.
In my entire home with resale furniture that had been donated by this generous community. So my heart is in Audrey's because I see it in my home every day. And if I'm feeling blue, I go to Audrey's and I grab a chair and I sit down and I watch people and I talk to Kristi and I talk to the customers, and it's a very uplifting place. Everybody that works there is smiling, they're happy, and it's a very calming place.
Oh,
And
thanks for that,
And this
Nan.
community is very lucky to have us here.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
welcome.
You're going to make me cry. Hey, Roxy.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Roxanne Birchfield. I have been here, I hate to tell you, newcomer, for 40-something years in Bella Vista. I was here before the bypass. I've run an automotive shop. I've done all kinds of things. I work in the financial field, and right now I'm working part-time at the Catholic Church here in town. And I've been associated with Audrey's a long time ago. Before Kristi came on board, I knew the original owners and had helped out some at the very beginning. But to see what it's evolved into now, there are so many people that come in there just to be uplifted. It's become kind of a hub, and people kind of come and they hang out, and they just feel better about themselves and each other when they're there. There's a lot of camaraderie there. But I've also seen when there have been people that come in from the community and say, I need something, I'm in need, and Kristi will say, oh, I think I have that, come on in, and give it to them. Not sell it to them, give it to them. We have a lot of low income elderly people in this community, and that's been one of the driving forces of helping people in this community. And I mean, we see it at the church through the food pantry, through helping out with other essentials for them. So there's a whole lot of need here, and I think that this is filling a big void that we've had here for a long time. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Matt, tell us about yourself.
The pitfalls of going last. Everybody's said everything I wanted to say.
Reiterate.
Not you.
Just reiterate.
Right?
you.
Listen to the tape. I'm an engineer. If you know any engineers, you probably realize we don't say a lot. I fancy myself as organized and try to get things done. Stumbled across Audrey's years ago. Been here since 2004. And it took me about 30 nanoseconds to realize that this is a volunteer community. If you're not involved in volunteer activity, I'm going to put a plug. Do it.
There you go.
So I'm volunteering. Hopefully I can add something to Audrey's. I'm not saying they need to be organized. Maybe they need an engineer to fix the toilets. So that's why I'm here.
So are you who I call if I need a plumber?
Oh, I can put a plug into my company. No, that would be Village Plumber.
That's good. That's good. So, and you've been volunteering with all of us for a while now.
Yeah, moving furniture. Please give us more. I'd like to have that job for a while. A lot of my friends volunteer doing sales at Audrey's and visiting. It's a big place to visit if you're lonely and you need someone to talk to. There's always a high energy person at Audrey's. So come visit. Come visit.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so now that you, my viewers, know what this new board looks like and sounds like, I think some of the things that they want to tell you out there is that they are reachable, and that through, the store, of course, I'm most usually there, but they are reachable people. So tell us a little bit like what the two of you'd like to see happening at Audrey's, as far as people reaching out, letting you know what the needs are,
Well, I think part of what we just took over 2 weeks ago, so we're still kind of in the process of regrouping. And I'm probably the newest member to the community here, so we're trying to find out what really the needs are of the community. So if you know of things, different groups that are in need of assistance is what we're trying to do. So we're trying to reach out now to different churches and different groups. We're going to try and get with the city council. If there's areas that are specific needs that are not being reached right now that we can help with, those are the things we want to try and find out right now that we can help with at a little bit quicker notice. So far, we're kind of in a stalemate right now with our changing because we're just getting started. But if you got any ideas, we're wide open. So just give us any suggestions you can, because we're wide open to help in any direction that we can.
So I've got a question for you, Tara. In the past, I've had like a bank that is near the store come over and go, if ever you are doing a fundraiser or we're there to help. So are you looking at possible partnering with other organizations, whether they're businesses or other nonprofit organizations?
Yeah, you can partner with different nonprofit organizations. When I was in Kansas City, we partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs a lot of times with redonating different merchandise, taking just maybe eyeglasses for the Lions Clubs, quilts and things like that for different organizations, take to the veterans hospitals. Different things like that. So any types of different ideas like that. But yeah, partnering with, like I know our church that we go to, we've got about 6 different organizations that they donate to and collect things for, and that's who we're going to meet with. Jan and I are going to meet with here probably this month, and see if maybe we can't partner with them and see if we can help them also, or if there's somebody that they're not able to help as much as they would like to, if there's somebody that we can help that they're not able to. Those are the type of things we want to try and find a little bit more of, that if there's some place that is not being helped to the extent that they need it, then maybe we can fill that hole for them.
Right,
What we're trying to figure out.
right.
What holes are there that we can try to fill?
Right.
So.
Yeah, don't have to reinvent the wheel, just have to
No,
add to
we
it.
just want to fix the
Right.
wheel just a little bit so it works a little bit better.
Sure, sure. Jan, we're a non-denominational nonprofit. We will help anybody. So will you guys be reaching out to all the churches in the community?
Yeah, that's our goal. Terry and I and the rest of the group here, we've talked about that. Is the only way, number one, is it's amazing how many people, when you visit with them, have no idea who Audrey's is or where they're at. So there has to be some effort given just to get our name out there and let people know who we are. And we had talked about benevolence and working with the ministers of all the churches in the community to let them know what's available both ways, how we can help them, how they can help us. Doesn't necessarily have to be donations or contributions of furniture or women's clothing or home furnishings, but monetary donations would be acceptable way to help us out as well.
Sure.
Again, we're in the infancy stage of this whole program. As you know before, there was no support that came to you from anyone other than the employees. So for you to address or need or have a question, you had nowhere to go.
Right.
We're basically not going to do anything to change the way the operation's been run, because if it's not broke, don't fix it. Our job is to be the front people to get to the community to see what they're willing to give back to us
Right, right.
and what we can do to help them. So if it means coming and talking to different organizations or elders or deacons or ministers in a group, I mean, we'd love to have a group conference of all the churches at the same time.
Sure.
And you know, everybody's doing something, but it's amazing if you coordinated that effort into one strand instead of, you know, 100 different directions. We might actually be able to accomplish more as a community here at Bella Vista.
Right.
And as Terry said earlier, you know, the elderly that's on a fixed income, as the cost of living increases, then the finances that they have aren't keeping up. And
Right.
so whatever we can do, you know,
Fabulous. Absolutely.
you gotta
Thank
let us
you.
know.
Yeah, thank you. So Matt, with you kind of as our committee director, and I know that this is putting you on the spot, at the same time, we're all new, or you guys are new to this, but do you two feel like you're ready to go? I'm seeing that I need to wrap this section up, so you've got a few minutes to think about that answer if you're going to rejoin us, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Fabulous. Hello and welcome back. We had to take a short break there, and we did have one of our board members need to leave, Roxanne Birchfield, who is our financial girl. So we won't get a lot of input from her through this section of the show. But before we left, Matt, I had asked you a question about being the committee's director and kind of on the spot. But I'm sure you've had some time to think about where you want to reach in this community, obviously not just the churches.
Yes. I would like to, like Terry mentioned, the Boys and Girls Club. We have some connections with the political establishment here, the POA, and you know, and I'm thinking a lot of people who come into Audrey's will be a gold mine, and they can tell me where to go. So you know, I hate to say I'm going to wing it, but for now, that's my my short-term plan.
You know, and winging it's not all that bad. I mean, as long as we're all working together and putting our heads together all the time, you know, I wing it on this show because it's better than script. You can, you know, because script you have to stick to. Here we've got, I mean, we're unlimited as to where we can go and what we can do, I think, personally. So Nance, what do you think about some of this stuff?
I have
sure,
an example
you know,
to give you.
Sure.
I have a young Asian lady who has another job, but not enough for the family to survive on. And she, on the side, makes Asian food and delivers it to her friends and people like me. And I met her at Audrey's. Kristi was the one that she came in and delivered food to, and I said, hey, what do you got? And all of a sudden, she started coming to my house every week. She came in one day absolutely crying to death. She'd had problems at home, and she couldn't afford to pay her electric bill. She had lost a couple days of work due to an accident she was involved in. Due to weather, sometimes her job is not there for her. So I said, what can I do for you? And she says, I don't know. I'm just upset and I need some help. So I mentioned to her, I said, well, you know, you can go to Kristi at Audrey's. They help people. That's what they're there for people in our community. And she said, I didn't know that.
That's true.
And so I sent her to Kristi, and Kristi took care of it for her. We helped her out.
Yeah.
And she's a good customer.
And well, and she is, and not only that, she's a really good person.
She is.
She's out there trying to help herself before she would ever ask for help. Well, basically, she wouldn't even asked you for help.
No, if I
she
had-
would have had
right.
you not offered.
Had I
it.
not been really in
Right.
tune to
Right.
her personality and knowing
Right.
that something was wrong.
Sure. Hey, thanks, Nancy, for that information. I appreciate it. So I wanted to let our viewers know a few things just about the store itself. First of all, we are located at 1731 Forest Hills Boulevard, right at the Highlander Plaza. And I'm going to give my personal cell number. It's used on my business cards all the time because I believe we are going to be changing the phone number of the store. So you can reach out to me at 512-565-6734. Right now, because of COVID, we are open Monday, Wednesday, Fridays from 10 to 5. We also take our deliveries and pickups at those times. You can also reach me on my cell that I just gave you for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, private shopping. And or if you've got a load of stuff that you need to get rid of, I'll make a way to get down there to the store for you all. So with that said, I also wanted to just give a little insight to, and Nancy had mentioned, out-of-state customers that come in, you know, when they're visiting family, friends here in Bella Vista, they're in the store shopping. Well, just yesterday, I got a phone call from a gal from Guymon, Oklahoma. And the reason I remember the town is that's where I stay when I'm on my way to Red River. So she said, this is so-and-so with Guymon, Oklahoma. And I said, got it, you know? And anyway, she said she'd been in town here taking care of her parents. They are now going to have to go live with her brother in Missouri because of just health reasons. She said, my family wants to donate the house full of furniture, home decor, her mom's clothing, that she can't take with her. And she said, do you have anybody that can help do, you know, pickups? And I said, absolutely. I've got, you know, guys here that will come when you're ready, you let me know. And she said, it'll probably be within the next couple of weeks. And because they've put the house on the market already. And so that's the kind, I mean, feel the love. She didn't have to do that. She could have called up Salvation Army. She could have called anybody. But she had shopped in the store. She had seen what we can do and how beautiful things are displayed there. And that's where she wanted it, and that's where her parents want it. Yeah, Jan?
You know, one of the things we talk about contributions and donations to Audrey's, but also there are a lot of items that once they're sorted through, that what does Audrey's do? We take them to Goodwill. We take them to, you had a bunch of blankets the other day that you delivered to the homeless men's shelter. So kind of like the old days of the Indians with the buffalo, you know, there's no waste. Anything that comes in, we find a need for it. I mean, as funny as it is, cardboard boxes, plastic packing material, there's people that come in that mom and dad are going back home to their family because their age has expired, their time here. They come in for cardboard boxes. So
thank you.
Audrey's
for that.
is a full 360. I mean, there's no waste, there's no throwaway, because there is a use for everything that comes in to that store.
That is a very true statement, and I'm really glad you brought that up because so often I'll have someone, you know, some sweet lady or gentleman, but they'll come in and they'll say, we're having to move to assisted living. And, you know, they know that they have to do this, but they're giving up their home. Now they're having to look through their things that has been their life. And some of the things that they'll say to me, they'll say, so if you don't want this, what do you do with it? You don't throw it away, do you? And I mean, I literally make promises. I've started that years ago when I started with Audrey's, that I say, absolutely not. We will find a place for everything. You know, whether maybe some will have to go to Goodwill. Some might have to go over to Helping Hands. Maybe it goes to families that have had fires, you know, within our community. But you're right. And then the packing materials. You know, our warehouse is always in chaos. And I know that kind of bothers people sometimes, you know, and I know Terry's like super organized, but the day that our warehouse and the day that our store doesn't have a form of chaos in it, we're probably in trouble. That means that we're not getting what we need in there. And that has always been my attitude, you know, bring it in, we will make sure it gets where it needs to go. And so thank you for bringing that up, because that is important, that people know that their loved things aren't just getting put in a dumpster somewhere. So, you know. So what else do you think about the store? And
It's always fun to shop. You have to go in there a couple times a week because it changes. I went in there day before yesterday, I guess it was, and was going to buy some pillowcases to shed for sale. So pillowcases. They were already gone, and they had been sitting there for weeks and weeks, and I procrastinated. So it's some place that you need to come in frequently.
Right.
Because merchandise does change
Right.
very rapidly there.
those are those beautiful satin ones
Yes.
that had never been used and
Right.
stuff. You're right. You're right. Yeah, if you see something at our store and you go, gee, I'd really like to have it, you'd be better off spending 15 more minutes at the store wandering around thinking about it than you would going home and calling me, because I'll tell you what, if somebody looks at something once, somebody else comes in and looks at it, the third one buys. That's
Right.
just the way it works in that store.
That's exactly right.
And sometimes when you're sitting there and watching people, you've seen it happen.
I have.
You know, we've had people with brand new settees when we reupholstered them and got them in there. There was showing of one interest, all of a sudden there was two, and then I had somebody standing there biting, going,
Yeah, just
ooh,
waiting.
ooh, well, what if they don't sell it? Can I? You know, and it's like, okay, yeah, we'll call you. But that's what happens there, and so the store is just a really unique place, But I also wanted to honor our Bella Vista and Beyond, our television, which is a community television here in Bella Vista, that if you, the viewers, do not get on, I want to say Facebook, but follow us when we do the YouTube after our shows, and hit like and select and do all of that. And also, we're always needing money, contributions. And without contributions, community television cannot exist. And being a giving community, we are asking all of you out there, you're home right now because of COVID, you're maybe not getting out as much. Hopefully you're watching local TV, seeing what we have to offer, because this part of our community is growing in leaps and bounds also. They're wanting to put some really fun stuff on. So we need to think about all of that and know that one nonprofit can help another nonprofit, and word of mouth is our very, very best communication and advertisement that could ever be put out there. So just wanted to do that. So board of directors, my new bosses. So what else can we say?
Well, having just said that you should watch the show, I'd like to offer an alternative. When you're done watching the show, there's always a chair at Audrey's. Come on in, sit down, and watch that show, because it is hilarious.
Yes. Yes.
You've been there once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
You have watched the creativity go around there. Thank you for that. And I know you'll be back in
I'll
to
be
join
back.
us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
I have to say, before Jan speaks, because I know he has something to say, it's always funny. It used to always be a ladies' store, pretty much. And husbands would come in and we'd find them the best chair in the house and sit them down, offer them water, coffee, whatever, and just say, you let your wife shop, we'll take care of you, you know, and get the woman over on the other side of the store. But because of the activity from these three men and showing up in the store more often, it's kind of comical, because now customers are coming in, they're going, hey, hi Jen, hey, hi Terry, you know, hey Matt, you know. And so it's like, oh, there's guys at Audrey's now, you know. So,
Yeah.
but we're not letting them help the ladies pick clothes out. We're not letting them do that.
No.
So that's the only thing, right, Jan?
Absolutely.
They're the furniture movers.
Absolutely.
That's right. So,
I just wanted to add to Nancy's comment about her house being furnished with items from Audrey's. That's true in my case as well. And just to tell the young people that live in this community, you can go to all the furniture stores, and I'm not taking anything away from them, and you can buy all this new stuff, but I'm here to tell you, you come to Audrey's, you're going to find things in that store that you couldn't afford if it was new. You could not afford it. it's donated items that I myself, I lived through. I had 2 beautiful leather chairs. I'm not even going to tell you what they were valued at new, but I'm not going to tell you what I paid for them when I got them. But for young people wanting to start a home, you can find incredible furniture, incredible items to complete your home at a very, very minimal price.
And a lot of them are antiques.
A lot of them are antiques, and a lot of them you're not going to have to worry about when you go to your friend's house and go, oh, I see you got one of those chairs too, because you're going to be the only one that has that item, I guarantee you.
Exactly right.
They have come from all over the United States originally when they came here for people to move. When mom and dad decides to go home because they're no longer able to be on their own, a lot of this fantastic stuff is donated. Matt and I was out the other day and we picked up this beautiful hutch that had these cardinals scrolled on the front of this hutch. So we asked this lady, wow, this is unique. Where'd that come from? Well, it came from England. So, enough said on that topic. You really need to come in and look. And as Nancy said, if you come in and see it on Monday, probably by Wednesday, it's not going to be there. So Chris and her group does an incredible job. They need no help from us on running the store. But we do, and we're asking for community involvement, for people with ideas, for people with things that they would like to have us help with, or they can help us with.
Well, thank you for that. I'm being told that we're getting ready to wrap up, but once again, I want to thank you, the board of directors. Thanks for having my back. Thanks for, I know you guys are going to lift us up, and that leaves me the ability to do what I do best, which is the store and the people, and I love that store. My heart is there. And you, the community, please come in and join us. Again, 1731 Forest Hills Boulevard, 512-565-6734 for donation pickups or deliveries, whatever your needs are. And one last thing before they cut me off, Audrey's also cannot exist without the volunteers. And the people that volunteer there give their time, give their heart. It becomes a family. It becomes a unit of friendship, and it's very important. And some people come in just to see certain people. So just know that it's a great place in this community, and it's needed in this community very desperately. So thanks for watching today. Thank all of you. I know that jobs needed to be had and gone to, but thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Remember, you can see this program on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at various times. You may also see this program on our website, Bella Vista Community Television. You can see most of our programs if you go to YouTube, to Bella Vista TV. This has been a presentation of Bella Vista Community Television. Thank you for joining us.